Good evening and welcome back to the channel and welcome to another episode of Golden Lap with in the night career mode. So, how are things going? First things first, we're going to take a look at the standings and show you that Knight are 22 points up to the good. In the old team standings, we are looking very, very good. No real need to worry at the minute because we've played 4. Or, raced 4. And we have won 4 as well. And Edward King is just absolutely bossing it at the top of the pile. Now, we are having a little bit more kind of trouble at with our other car, with our second car. And Giovanni Russo only managed a single point in the last race. And I still kind of think, having thought about it, I still think he was just a little bit unlucky. Because had he not been lapped, he would have made up positions because he was the faster car as the race progressed. But because he was lapped before the red flag hit, it then meant that he was just never going to get that lap back. He would genuinely have to do a whole lap worth in half of a race worth to then be able to make overtakes. And it's just incredibly tough to do that. So I don't think that was really... I guess it's his fault for getting lapped. He had a bad start, blah, blah, blah. But the red flag was not his fault. So I think he was a bit unlucky overall. But that was last time out, guys. Today, I'll show you quickly. Edward King is winning every race so far. And it's just the other side of it. The other car is the one kind of struggling a little bit. But we'll go into the press conference right now. First question is from Albert Stebbins, who says, with King being almost a minute ahead, do you regret not bringing him in for soft tyres with a couple of laps remaining? How significant do you think the loss of a point for fastest lap will be at the end of the season? Well, I guess we could do that. Bring him in, pit stop, soft tyre, try and absolutely send it on the last lap. That is an option to try and hold on to that extra point. It's probably going to be more important in the team standings than it is really in the driver standings. But by the looks of things, I can't make that claim for certain. But, it depends. Like, we could potentially do that only if we know we're going to get the win. And any kind of pit stop does kind of risk losing time if you have a slow pit stop. You never know. I personally, I probably just wouldn't risk it overall because I think the win is more important, obviously. But it's a valid tactic. It is. It is. And given another sad loss is F1 a valid sport or a squalid entertainment for a crowd paying for? Well, the trouble, older F1 when the safety regulations weren't always the best. You are kind of, you're risking it every time you step into a car. So, I don't, a lot of drivers would probably argue, we know the risk, but the safety's got to be there as well. It's a difficult kind of conversation to have. It's tough. Next question in the press conference. Adam says, Russo being the 20 plus hired driver this season, you feel top 5 finishes is a realistic expectation. Remember, the late great Henny could barely match those expectations. Well, yeah, kind of. I mean, Henny got 4th and 5th before the DNF, so he was getting that. Oh, I'm kind of saying, with the car that we've got, our car is very fast. I think we should be able to get 4th and 5th. And to be honest, if that red flag had happened a couple of laps earlier, I think Russo would have got 4th, 5th, or 6th. So I don't think it's an unrealistic expectation, to be honest. Not at all. Next question. I've got to try and think of where the next question is. No, that's actually all we've got for the questions, I believe. There is a comment about, if we had Paul Woods, maybe we would run reckless. But I kind of replied to that one saying, well, it'll only be one race, won't it? Because he's reckless. But yeah, that's it for the press conference. So that's a much quicker press conference this time, guys. So thank you for your comments again. And we will go into the pre-race now, which is going to be building apart. for this next race. At the minute, the cars are relatively even. The weakest parts we have are those engines. And this race it does look like a pretty strong... Yeah, look, we'll build an engine. We haven't built one yet, so we may as well. And I actually think it's probably the best idea to give that engine to our number 2 driver in order to try and make sure that Russo's got a bit more of an opportunity to kind of get more points. I don't really mean about taking points away from Edward King, but we know how fast Edward King is. So this can be like a little bit of a test, I guess, a little bit of a kind of experiment with... Edward King is going to have the weaker parts for this race across the board. But because we know Edward King is faster and he's got like a 30-point gap in the standings, it's about seeing if we can get Giovanni Russo to finish higher and increase the gap here. So if we can increase the gap in the team standings, it's currently at 22, then this is the right decision. I think so. Okay, guys, so that'll be the pre-race done. Let's get straight into the quali. No real hanging about in today's... Oh, it's in the rain. In today's episode. So we're going straight into the quali. Is it inters? Yes, it... Oh, is it? We might get a lap on the softs in. We might just... We'll send them out as quickly as possible and see if we can get a lap on the soft tyre. Other cars are thinking there's one lap on the softs maybe available. You've got to get past Hoffman, though, in order to make it count. And, oh, Mendes has already sent it. Coming out of the pits. What? And we don't even... Oh, that's just annoying. Okay, so we're not even going to get the chance to... Because it happened so quickly and we were so close to the pit entrance, I didn't get the chance to tell them to stay out. So, Mendes, what is that? It literally... I don't know if you even, like... Did you just put your foot down and absolutely send it? Is that what happened? Because that is a little bit ridiculous. A little bit ridiculous, I'm not going to lie. Okay, yellow flag goes. We are going to put in a lap time, but it doesn't really matter. This is just to try and get a lap time in the bank in order to get tuning before everyone else, basically. And don't forget, we've got some drivers in the opposition, you know, like Anders Nilsson is a quick driver in the rain, so we've got to remember that as well. Okay, not bad. Well, it's not great. It's not bad, though. We'll just go out on the inters. We're going to kind of try and keep it, like, quite chill in today's quali session. I don't really want to be stressing out too much because I feel like if I start stressing out, the drivers are going to start stressing out. And overall, we're going to have a bad time of it. We're gonna keep it chill. Who's gone out on the softs? Russo's gone out on the softs. That's my bad. I've made an error there, but it doesn't matter. He'll put in another lap and we'll get another chance later. Let's see what Edward King can do. He's on the inters. And there we go. I mean, Luana Lovera, where are you? On the inters and they sent it. So, like, we red flagged the session. They come into the pits anyway. We just have not set a lap time yet. And we can't even, like, tune up or anything. So this is just a horrible session so far. Is this the worst qualifying session yet? 2 DNFs. Like, the lap time we've set is 16.5 seconds off the pace. Absolutely ridiculous. I'm going to try and send them out as quickly as possible. But there we go. There we go. The reason we've done that with a little bit of a gap. Look at that. I mean, look, we're still caught up to some of them. And it's going to make it a slower lap. So Edward King is getting caught there. He does go second. And Russo is going to jump up to, what, fifth? No, third. No, second. Wow, well done. But we've only got, like, this has just been the worst quali ever. And I like, there's not really anything we can do about that, to be honest. All these zeros, look at this. And it's on the wet tires now. It genuinely is. It's just the worst, isn't it? It's the worst qualifying session we have ever had. We've completed a total of 2 laps, and the first one was under yellow flag conditions, and the second one so far is like under full wet conditions, pretty much. You know, we're almost there. So, and I don't really see us catching Anders Nielsen. We're a second and a half down, and we're now on the full wet tyres. So I can't see us catching Anders Nielsen even a little bit, I'm afraid. Even if King is in the zone, which is great, it's just not going to happen. It's just not on the cards, is it? And again, I say that. I say that, and he's gone purple on the second sector, purple on the third sector, and has put himself on pole. So, yeah, what do I know? What do I know indeed? It's unlucky for Russo. He got stuck behind Dan Janssen. Not really much we can do about that. But overall, like, how are we possibly going to tune up the car with this kind of disjointed qualifying? It's just not, it's not possible, is it? It's not possible. Trying to look at the numbers is difficult. And of course, guys, don't forget that if we are like in the rain when it actually comes to the race day as well, well, then we're going to find it tough then as well. It's not going to be easy. Especially if Anders Nielsen, you know, maybe he gets the jump on King at the start. We don't know. We just do not know. Okay, Edward King's coming in for his final tuning. Just overall trying to improve the car as much as we can across the board is it's good, you know, it's working to a point. Not very easy though, because the parts are all relatively good. Oh, and Anders Nielsen takes back provisional pole. Yeah, I can't really be mad. Oh, that's a joke. There's no way. Just trying to get one golden tune for Giovanni Russo, and it did not work. Okay, we're going to speed it up to the end now, because that is our last chance. We won't get to tune. That's quali done. And at the minute, it's 2nd and 7. It might even be less. We don't know. 1 sec. Nope, it is 2nd and 7. 2 for Edward King. 7 for Giovanni Russo. 2 seconds slower. But, I mean, look, there's 2 cars there competing and everyone else. And the race day is here. Would you know, it's in the rain again. It's in the rain once again. And in fact, it starts on a full wets. And you know what? I am not risking it with a push at the start, guys. There is no doubt about it. I'm not risking it. Pullwoods, party too hard. So we're going to watch Edward King start, but we're not going to push or burn at the start of this race. I don't care if we go backwards. I do not want to risk any form of DNF at the start of this race. We need to pick up points more than anything else. We can burn later on. We can burn later on. I'm not risking it here, guys. Okay, so overall, Russo's gone down to 15th. King is down to 5th. It's a long old race, 61 laps. I'm still kind of sitting on my same tactic here, guys, of I'm not really worried. Not overall. Like, Russo, I think, can get the drive back when we start to burn later on. Provided he doesn't get lapped again, I suppose. But I can't really push him too much because he's reckless and I don't want the chance of him crashing to go up. He's just made 2 positions, like, over the course of, like, what, 2 corners or whatever. King is running in 5th. I think we might see some DNFs here today. So I'm playing the long game. I'm playing the long game. And you might think it a bit silly. I mean, look at that. King's already got Bregman back, so we're back into 4th. You might think it a bit silly. I personally think I'm playing it safe, and hopefully that will, you know, be worth it come the end of the race. Okay, Russo's up to 14th. King is back to 4th after Henri Lefebvre has gone past both of the Waylands. Russo's in the zone. Okay, let's see if there's a few positions to be had here. Just for 1 lap. Just for 1 lap. That's all I'm looking for here. Just from 14th is where he was. He's up to... He was up to 13th. He's back to 14th now. Just even get a move done before the finish line. Back to 15th. So that's what I mean. He freaking lost positions. He's lost 3 positions or over the course of that lap. So even pushing and burning didn't really give us anything there. Okay, back to 15th. There we go. Let's try and get these positions back. Back to 14th. Okay. Make it 13th. There we go. Russo catching up. Here we go. Good stuff. Making it count. In the zone again. You know what? You can have another push and burn. Let's see what you can do with it. Up to 12th. There we go. Make that 11th. He's coming back towards the points. And now we'll calm him down again. Yeah, a bit of an odd one. A little bit of an odd one. This race, so far at least. For Edward King, the priority has got to be just kind of to keep picking up points. Like, he's already got such a good lead in the driver standings. You know, he takes like a few point losses in these wet races where Anders Nielsen is going to be fast. We know that. But as long as he picks up points, we're not worried about it. You know, we don't have to win every race. We just need to be as consistent as we can be. And to finish first you have to finish. So that is why today is just playing it safe to a point and trying to make sure we pick up as many points as possible. Giovanni Russo still doing good work. He's in 11th, trying to catch up. He's nowhere near being lapped at the minute, so I'm not really worried too much. Bregman is currently on the fastest lap. Currently has the fastest lap. Which is kind of showing, like, I haven't even pushed Edward King yet, you know, so I feel like if I did push Edward King, he would be able to get some positions back and move on up. He's back to 4th there. He's got past Henri Lefebvre. You got Fletcher in 3rd running ahead. Then you've got Woods and Nielsen. Like, King hasn't even pushed and he's running in 4th. So that's what I mean, guys. We're running a pretty safe race at the minute. I'm going to go ×2 speed for a little bit. King can't focus, but again, he's running okay. Russo was briefly in the points there. Unfortunately, is back into 11th. But just keep doing what you're doing. And we'll get back into those points easy as you like. Russo in the zone. Can we get the job done? Not yet. Edward King still running in 4th at the moment. Okay, I mean, Russo should be able to get past Ambrosio in the hemlock. That shouldn't be a challenge, really. Okay, we're up into 10th, but that's because Thompson has pitted. And now other cars are pitting. We don't really need to pit just yet. There's not really any need. We can keep running for a little while. Because we haven't pushed too much. You know, we haven't really burned our tires too much. We're okay. Yellow flag. Boom. Okay, so straight away, in we come for the pit stops. Rinaldi, unfortunately, like, doesn't really affect us. Rinaldi's at the back of the grid anyway. But this is the time to get a pit stop under yellow flag conditions. You know, take advantage of the fact that everyone around you is going a little bit slower. Fletcher's actually stayed out, which is, I think, quite a silly decision. overall. Because look how much time we have gained on Henri Lefebvre by having our pit stop, you know, under yellow flag conditions. And we are going to be in 10th in front of Ambrosio. In fact, we're in 9th in front of Mendes for that exact same reason. For having the pit stop under the yellow flag conditions, we have gained, straight up gained, 2 positions. Play the long game. Sometimes it does work. And there we go. Look at Fletcher. Goes into the pits. We're going to fly on by. We've gained, what, 10 seconds on him? Russo in 9th position as we speak. In the zone. We're still running a very safe race. Can we burn now? Is that like on the cards? What are we? We're negative 2.3. Negative 2.2 actually. So, and with negative 2.7 with Russo. So, oh, Christoph Fischer is going to DNF. So that is unfortunately both Pope cars out of this race. And like I've said, I think there are going to be DNFs. I think there's going to be more DNFs. We are not even at the halfway mark just yet. And we have lost 2 cars. Thompson is under pressure from Giovanni Russo. Unfortunately, Russo's under pressure from Mendes and has gone down to 10th position. Even though he's in the zone, if we can get past Thompson, you know, we are looking at 9th quite easily. Just do not want to get lapped either. You do not want to get lapped by Anders Nilsson. That is a problem that it looks like we might have to deal with in a little bit. Problem is, if you do get lapped and there is a red flag, we are going to have one difficult time making up positions. It's basically going to be the same as the last race, and we do not want that. So we have got to try and stay out as long as possible in front of Anders Nilsson, who is currently looking after his tyres a little bit. So that's a bit interesting. Russo, you've got to get past him, buddy. You've got to. You cannot continue to sit behind Thompson for this long. Because Nilsson is going to catch him. He is already there. He's right behind him. Oh, he's going to get lapped. It's going to happen in the next couple of laps, unfortunately. Unless, you know, unless something happens like a yellow flag or something. I don't know. King can't focus. Okay, so the fact that Nilsson's not pushing on his tyres does actually mean that lapped, like getting lapped is actually not happened yet. It is going to happen at some point, but it hasn't happened yet. It's going to happen real soon, in fact. Oh, I just got to hope for no red flag. Okay, we're in 7th now. We have gained positions once again. Because people are pitting under green flag racing conditions, I actually think that another yellow flag is pretty likely. And we will pit under that. I mean, look at that. We've got like half of our tyres left. We don't need to pit anytime soon. It is a little bit scary how fast Anders Nilsson is in the rain. He is 47 seconds ahead of our fastest driver, Edward King. And I've been focused on Russo for so long because, you know, King is running more or less his own race. He's quite... Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What? How unlucky are we getting? How unlucky are we getting at the minute? I cannot believe that for Edward King. Running in 2nd, we're not pushing. The tyres are only half gone, if that. No pressure. And all of a sudden, he's put it in the wall. Like, basically put it into the pit wall. I am flabbergasted. I am astounded. What has happened to Edward King? Oh my goodness. Why? I said there would be more DNFs. I didn't think it would be Edward King. Dang it. Okay, so now all of our eggs are in Giovanni Russo's basket. And I'm going to guess he is going to be able to burn from now. Yes, he is. So Russo is burning. I now need to make up positions on track. We are right on Thompson's gearbox. So if you get that overtake done, let's zoom in on Giovanni Russo now. We've only got one car. It is Giovanni Russo. And we've got 23 laps to make as many positions as possible and get as many points as possible. I fully cannot believe Edward King, of all of the drivers, Edward King was the one to lose it. I am astounded. I cannot believe it. I feel like we've been very unlucky this season. And that's even me, like I'm saying that when we've got 4 wins under our belt. Unfortunately, it won't be 5. And I'm going to need Russo to try and get this job done. It's an incredibly difficult track to make overtakes on, but I'm going to need him to try. Is that it? No, it's not. He still can't get it done. So difficult. I need a focus up lap at some point. That's what I need. I need a focus up lap. Nope, I can't focus. This is going to be a bad lap. Well, that's not what we need. A 9th place finish? No, it's not what we need. Okay, I'm just going to keep this open for if and when there is a focused Giovanni Russo lap. There's got to be one coming soon, surely. He's so close. There we go. He's got it. He's done it. Now let's get chasing. Let's get chasing. Mendes is next. The gap is 6 seconds right now. It's already down to 5. It's already down to 5.5. And now he can push because he is in the zone. I can't get past Anders Nilsson yet. Well, he's lapped you, so you're not really, not really trying to. You're just trying to speed up and get to Mendes. Can't focus, so we calm him down. 3.5 seconds now. There we go. We are on Mendes' tail. Let's get this next move done. There we go. What is the gap? 1.28. Nothing. The gap is nothing. Let's get this job done. Carlos Mendes is the next car, and then just ahead of that is Luana Lovera. There are points on offer here. Jan Schauber's crashed. Oh, do we pit? Okay, I need to slow this down. Do we pit? Our tyres are going to be a little bit shot at the end. No, we do not pit. The reason we don't pit is because other cars actually have a little bit less on their tyres. So I think they might have to pit. And we will be able to keep our tyres going to the end. I actually think that is maybe what's going to happen. They might have to pit ahead of us, and that will give us position. The Russo basket. Maybe that's the name of the video. Oh, it's so annoying. It's so frustrating. Edward King, what happened? What happened? Here we go. Okay, the gap is nothing. We can see that the gap is nothing. It's a second. It's less than a second. There we go. There's the over. You've got it done and then you lost it again. No, Russo. Can't focus. There's only 7. No, make that 8 laps to go. Oh, come on. We're not pushing. Why were we not burning? We were. No, I think we were. I just don't think the thing jumped over. I think we were up here. Okay, Lovera's gone into the pit. So that was 1 position gained by not pitting under those yellow flags. If we can get to 6th, or maybe even other cars are going to pit up ahead, I do not know. But there is still more points available. Because the gap to Mendes and Bregman is 15 seconds, and I think that's probably less than a pit stop. I'm inclined to believe. I do not know, though. 5 laps to go. Technically 4, I suppose, because if Nilsson's lapped everyone, then, you know, when he goes to his last lap, we don't get to do our last lap. We just finish when we finish. Okay, I think it's gonna... Getting close to the end here. Mendes is pushing, but isn't burning. Mendes' tyres are shot. So, let's give it a push here. Try and get past. Because look at Mendes' tyres. There is nothing left on those tyres. Absolutely nothing left. Here we go. There we go. Mendes is pitted. Okay, let's zoom out here. That's 6th place. No, zoom out. There we go. Zoom in out. So there's Mendes in 7th. We are 6 seconds behind Bregman. And I think 6th is where we are going to finish. Because Nilsson is... Is Nilsson on his last lap? Oh, Thompson with a slow lap. Is that going to drop him out of the points? No, it's not. No, so Nilsson is now started the last lap of the race. We are running in 6th place. And we're going to take home 6th place. Oh. The Giovanni basket brings it home in 6th. You know what? I'm actually quite happy with that from Giovanni Russo. It's a wet race. Karina Hostler's crashed at the end of the race. Literally going round the last couple of corners. 8 points for Giovanni Russo is not bad at all. Not bad. Look at that. Hostler still takes 12th, even with the DNF, because other cars were not able to get the lap done. It's a double... Oh, it's a double podium for the Ezzolinis, though. We only take 8 points because of Edward King's DNF. And Edward King, the gap is only 6. Oh, a DNF is really not helpful. Oh. And Ezzolini have got the jump on us. Oh, my word. Oh, my goodness. Edward King. 1 DNF. And the game has changed. The game has changed. So even though he still leads the Drivers' Championship with that DNF, we are now in 2nd in the team standings. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, guys, that is going to be that for today's episode. I do hope you've enjoyed it. I do hope, you know, I hope you agree with me with the tactics there. I wanted to try and play it safe, but ultimately, Edward King losing it was out of our control. It's out of our hands, as Mark Wazowski once said. Wow. That's a tough race to take, that one. But that is going to be it for today's episode, guys. So thank you so much for watching. I really, really hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, look, it's tough. Sometimes it's tough. Sometimes we DNF, even when we weren't even pushing. We weren't even burning. So, you know, sometimes it's just going to fall that way. Thank you for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Leave your comments if you've got any questions. And I will catch you next time.